So having a good economy lets you, it supports you in doing those things.
I've seen a really nice play that I haven't seen in a while. I think I saw it in NA, and basically the window spawn, or the best spawn, drops underpass and pushes up the stairs, right? Which is pretty normal to see. And I want to find out what that smoke was, by the way, because you talk about throwing B-app smokes from spawn. Danico just did it on the fly. That's not like one of the lineups that you usually do. He just threw it while running. So fair play. Man's got smokes. But yeah, these players pushing underpass, and from B, if you go to like Edward and you flash above the apartments, you can blind the player, the T players waiting at the top of underpass stairs. And yeah, obviously take them down with the underpush. 2 Glock kills in this round. Weird stuff. Not a worry, as that might be our clean sweep the eco and take a 3-1 lead. So yeah, you make a good point. Lots of avenues for aggression on the CT side of this map, and if there were any team to be aggressive, it would be a Brazilian one.
Yeah, the only one consideration I'll quickly add is that they may want to see how FaZe are trying to do their defaults before they pick what kinds of aggressions they want to do later on. Get a feel for the pace and get a feel for where the emphasis is in certain timings. With that said, 3 players towards B does suggest some shenanigans here from MIBR.
Well, here is that default for now. 2 in mid, 2 in B, working under and holding A ramp. MIBR not giving away much though, playing passive in the middle, boosted in the window is Cello. Oh, spotted on short. Molly pushes Cello up into the ladder room. Rain's not watching though, and Cello, he gets to double, finding 2 kills up the cat side. FaZe still committing towards B though, it's all they've really got. They were relying on that short play to work, and now that it hasn't, they're just stuck in the apartments. Bomb leaves. Roki joins it. 3 in B right now. I like the idea of going back to cat instead of just splitting, you know, losing your cat players and then just diving out the apartments. But unfortunately for them, Cello's on for the ace right now with 4 out of 5. Olof coming late through T-spawn, and he's not wanting to give it away, but he might not have a choice in the matter. Cello is here to stay. 4-1 for MIBR. Great ace for Cello. And this is already starting off strong.
It's those real gamer hours, and Cello still up. Opens this round off with the opener once again. Extending his stark lead up that scoreboard even further. Kierby with the Tech 9. See, the Tech 9 manages to be simultaneously the best and worst pistol in the game at the same time. I never know how I feel about it. Doesn't do Kierby any favors in that round there, so just on to the Deagles. Roki and Cold Zera.
And it's interesting here. I'm really curious as to how the next gun round is going to look, because in that previous gun round, FaZe, it seemed like they had decided they were going to finish, you know, cat through to B. And MIBR, from the first moment of the round, also decided they were going to have a setup on catwalk. So it's almost as though MIBR knew exactly what FaZe would do in their first gun round. I don't know if it was a guess, or maybe if they have some information, they did some studying, they know in other ways, but that is an interesting start. So I'm curious here if MIBR are going to just give up mid completely, give up window, give up connector, and leave A really vulnerable like they did last time. And it looks like that's kind of the case here. A 2-man setup towards cat. Are FaZe going to make the same move?
Well, they got this mid control that they wanted. This time it's going to be this con crunch into the A-bomb site. They've already lost one of these connector players. Oh, make that 2 connector players, and oh, now all 3 connector players out of the round. It is an absolute mowdown for MIBR. Oh, Cold's been tagged on the peak. Disaster strikes FaZe in this 3rd map. That was brutal. They just got picked apart, man. It was like something out of Dead Space, like having limbs taken off of FaZe in that attempted site take. They lose the first man getting out towards stairs, then Kirby dies down at the bottom of connector. Brokey suddenly, like, you know, he was feeling quite safe before. He's like, yeah, I got my 2 mates with me. I'm all good. Suddenly it's just him. He tries to deal with the man in the site, but he can't. That was really nice from MIBR. And I feel like this happens a lot where, like, you know, you'll head into a game and you're saying, like, oh, well, FaZe, they picked up a lot of momentum at the end of Inferno, so hopefully that kind of helps them edge it over the line. But if anything, it feels like MIBR have doubled down on the old determination here. Really, really sticking it to FaZe right now.
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy to win a game like that in double OT as well, right? So keep that in mind. FaZe still giving it a go, still giving a hit to this A site. Deeks out through the Molotov. Yell picks up the first, and Shuz can fire off for free as well. Team flashes, but not a worry, as Yell is just climbing up, dropping down, climbing back up. Rinse, repeat. It's clean round for MIBR. No casualties, no problem. 7-1 from Brazil. Don't you love to see it?
Yeah, it's really interesting because, you know, we have, you know, the situation as well in that previous buy round where we saw that same opening, and it's, again, it's, you know, you're weak in mid, you're weak in on the A site, yet MIBR still defended the A site perfectly, even though FaZe went towards that A site. So it creates this really difficult spot, I think, because there's not a huge argument for MIBR to switch things up, although they have 2-round connector now. And FaZe, they may need to pressure the extremities more to make these mid plays work. Have some kind of distraction from this connector choke point as they try to move through it. But it looks like MIBR are happy to fight here. Cello's going to go down. That's a brave move from him to just stay there as opposed to falling back. That might be the opening FaZe need as they look to split this A site.
Ooh, fast through the smoke. Kirby, Rain, Olaf, everyone's here to play. And there's just too many targets for Volts. He's not got a problem though, picks up both. Man drops into the sandwich. That could have been another headshot. He's the only one here, joined swiftly by Yell in the spawn with the AWP. Post up. They don't plant default. They fall back for the jungle and con. They've got lots of room to move in the post plant. And Brokey picks up one jumping up. It's the AWP. As FaZe wait willingly. Pressure is on Yell and no one else. He's got to dive in, dodges the first shot, trying to find that 3rd man deep in the jungle. Post for the headshot, but Olaf kills him through the gap, and FaZe find their 2nd. It was about time. Nice coordination on that split though. Players jumping through con smoke as Olaf runs out the ramp. Too many targets, not enough time.
Okay. FaZe haven't had much luck so far. And MIBR haven't had to go to anything really that aggressive. They've been playing fairly passive and reactively in the rounds so far. You know, we talk so much about all of the aggressive options, but it hasn't been necessary, hasn't been called for, and that's great. If that is, if you don't have to take the aggressive risks and you can still have this much success, beautiful.
Ooh, big Yell. Donning the AWP over here in window. Spots that player in the lower tunnels, and it's quick to switch things up over here towards connector. That window smoke down, con smoke as well to complement it. And they've kind of thrown these smokes almost on like a timing, right? The one in window is going to fade first, so you use it like a doorway, or at least you would if Yell didn't just slam you in it. Kirby's out of the round. Cold once again. On his app shit again, as he tries to make a play happen into the A site. It's actually, oh, gone a bit back and forth, but the bomb is dropped over here in connector. Olof out into the open, in with a second, and now it's all left onto him in the 1v2. Olaf Meister, not today, not now. It's 8 on the board for MIBR. Continuing to build upon this right now. Ooh. Continuing to build upon this lead, as I say. And yes. 15 for Cello. He's having a right game.
It's a struggle bus for FaZe at the moment. And again, still nothing really crazy from MIBR. Faster pace into the apartments here from FaZe, though, looking to get a really quick split on the go. And again, we got the 3-man setup on the B site, so MIBR will have everything they need to defend this. Danico turning his attention to Abs. Oh, the timing's not good for him, though. Right, Rain runs straight through that one. Trade through. Ooh. Yell might have to do some crazy stuff there, but Bolts is going to hold things down all by himself. 3 kills, and FaZe, they can't even set foot on the site.
What a dunk combo from Bolts, man. The spray with the HE, 4 kills in the entire round, but 3 just right here on almost an entire spray transfer. 9-2. Yell, I thought he was in a great place to do something dirty with the AWP, but his kills are yoinked from above. The Eag's out for FaZe, and you said earlier coming into this game that FaZe are a great team to get naughty things done with these low economy rounds, and while that is typically the case, we've not seen any of that yet for FaZe. Desperate, struggling to even get on this board with rifles, let alone these deagles, but maybe this could be the change they need. Oh, good start. 2-1 in the favor of FaZe. Grab the bomb, there are guns down available. Shuz is looking to hold on to them though. 2 bodies in connector. Don't want to give up that much loot to FaZe without at least fighting for it. Players at top of middle. Donico trying to cover, but if he goes wide or that smoke fades, Cole could find him. Minute on the clock. FaZe are grouping B with a bomb, knowing they have a lot of attention still drawn towards middle.
As things reset, we get FaZe rotating through T-spawn, looking to combine their efforts onto A. At the moment, MIBR don't have this info. We'll get a peek in mid from Bolts to try to figure out what's going on. I don't know that he'll get much info there. There is obviously 1 man in mid who will get taken down, just with just a great timing. He just caught that play before it could get going, and man, they just keep getting pipped at the post here, FaZe. In terms of the plays that they're trying to make, MIBR just get ahead of them. And that's not how it's supposed to go, but it's just great read on great read from the Brazilians. And at this rate, if things continue on, you start to really struggle to see FaZe coming out on top here unless they can find some kind of energy.
Yeah, it doesn't help, right? The Brokey, who's normally one of the heavy hitters, 1-11. Kierby also 1-11. Yeah, that's pretty rough to look at. Yell, in a bit of danger here, Yell. Mate, the alarm bells are going off. They're all out in the bottom of mid. He's hit him right now. Brokey gets his 2nd kill there. Dealing with Danico. Mid control taken for FaZe, and now they kind of slow it down a little bit. Yell is still here in this corner. He has been waiting so patiently. Is that patience going to get rewarded? Or is Rain about to ruin his day? Oh, look at this B lean from MIBR. Already just hedging their bets, sending 3 players over now. Coldzera loves Palace, man. He really, really does. You'll see him do this a lot, man. At pretty much every single T-side round so far for FaZe, he's found himself here. Just waiting to come in late. Cello senses that something isn't right, so he tries to get ready for this con fight. There's a lot there, though, and that reaction just a little too slow. The flash catching him.
Save.
Yeah, this is the save for MIBR. They hedge their bets for B. And that's not where it came up.
Annoying round to have to save, knowing that not only is the money like almost capping out, but you know that you probably won't have to, like, I think even if they lose these guns, they won't be eco for the half anyway, but it's just such an unrealistic retake round that, yeah, you'd rather just better your stats, guarantee that AWP is still there, try and get some exits. And I mean, they've lost 2 players in the process, but Yell's still fighting, still kicking, still standing. Getting wrapped from the B side as well. Might have one more kill here. This should be his, right? Jump. Ooh. Oh, he looks away. Oh. Oh. Nice shot from Yell. As long as he doesn't move, he is good.
All right, that's something to work with for FaZe. At least, you know, they managed to bring themselves one more round, and with that round, we're going to see a more of a buffer be created, more room for error, and you know, 5 rounds obviously still possible. Getting off to a start here with heavy mid presence and a very fast pace at that. There is, oh, Yell is actually quite ready here on the cowl position. He's not smoked off. He's going to get a freebie there onto Brokey. He's going to go back to the well. However, no idea that Rain was in that position. Caught off guard entirely. So 3 versus 4. And things get worse here for the Brazilians. This is exactly what FaZe needed. And at this point, FaZe just have to play smart play together, or not, and they're good to go.
You take it. You take it. Just getting a bit loosey-goosey now. FaZe finding 4. 5 round half would be fine. It'd be more than it, well, not more than enough, but just enough, you'd think. And like I said, that money is not a problem. No eco today. Last round of the half and MIBR are full bought. They have everything they need. I like this play. Dropping the smoke under, knowing you're safe from below and fighting into middle. Usually the smoke lands a little bit higher, so Yell has a one-way. He doesn't here. So it's very dangerous. Oh, the gap under the smoke. He's got to watch out. Flash by the T side as well towards connector. They don't know yet. They still have no idea. Obviously, he's scared of the underpass as well, but FaZe's default, if you look at that map, it's a line. They are so passive. Back of TV room, top of mid, T-spawn. Very much expecting MIBR to make a move, and hey, they're not wrong. Yell is still here. That's a crazy play for Danico. He knew the molly was going to spread. He tries to jump out, and at least Yell trades peeking with him. FaZe are trying to cut him off in B. Oh, he looks the wrong way, and Cold, great spray to take him down. If Yell was looking at TV room, that could have been another chance to dance, but instead FaZe up a man, and grouping B would be a really good decision right now.
Yeah, so much space and time to work with here for FaZe. MIBR in that awkward spot on the CT side where if you try to make an information play, it could put you into an impossible situation to win the rounds, and it might be better just to kind of play in positions that allow you to react safely. That's the spot that they're in, but they don't have forewarning as to what's coming, which is this A push. Cello is in a spot where if he finds a timing, if they don't check for this, he can make something happen here. In the distraction, Cello takes down 1, Shiz with 2. Just every FaZe player caught looking the wrong way. And there you go, MIBR eking out 1 extra round at the end of the half for an 11-4 finish. It's strong here on the 3rd map. We'll find out if they can take it over the line after the break. And here we go, we're back in it, straight in the action. MIBR against FaZe. FaZe coming off the back of a pretty disastrous first half in this deciding map. And now on the CT side, they need to find comfort, they need to find their groove, and they need to find some form of rejuvenation. But MIBR off to a violent start here with a quick B attack.
Oh, Olaf. Don't love it. He's already been dinked by the Glock, but coldzera delivering from the short side has given them hope. He's given them something to hold on to as he's trying to hold on himself. MIBR finally shake off coldzera, but there's more where that came from. A couple more for Shuz. And this is down to the 2v2. Both players for FaZe inside of the site, and for Yell, that is bad news. He tries to deal with the first, but he can't quite get over the hurdle. There is Rain, the pain with those pistols. FaZe on to 5, trying to keep the dream alive.
The question, though, is that does this pattern of FaZe winning a pistol and then losing against the Force Buy continue? Because it wasn't even the bomb didn't even go down. So there is an argument for FaZe to for MIBR to just full save, and I like that they're taking that option. There's a Deagle and a P250 or two, but other than that, it's nothing else invested, and I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, back on Inferno when they lost T-Pistol, they didn't plant, but they forced with Deagle armor and they got nowhere. So yeah, the Force success has more so come with CT Deagle armor buys. But for now, I agree. I like this decision. Get the guns in ASAP. You got such a lead. You don't want to regret this. Next thing you know, FaZe, double digits, and you feel like you've wasted your opportunity. Roki watching mid with a scout, jumps under. Now coming out through that position, hits a tag. All jump spot from below. Roki dinked. Nice little grenade. This should be no problem for FaZe to convert.
A great spot for MIBR would be to get a couple kills, keep that economic damage in, and even better still, a bomb plant. And a couple objectives. None of these objectives, of course, are to win the rounds, because that's very unlikely. But those things would be fantastic if they can achieve them. So we'll see if they can achieve those side quests. As so that's a well, I don't think that was supposed to go there, but it might still work out here for FaZe. Again, they are trying to hold on to all their players, and they'll lose just one. So I'd say that that's a acceptable loss for FaZe and an acceptable result for MIBR at the same time. So into the first buy rounds, and this is where FaZe have to start strong. They don't have the luxury of a slow start here, with the score being as it is.
No, you're dead on, right? They have to start building back into this game. And, you've taken the first few baby steps to get there, but now this is really where you can kind of set it apart and get ahead of it before it becomes a huge problem that's right in your face. Look at this. They're just running straight in. Olaf's a bit surprised. He's like, what the? Why are they just running at me? And they run him down. coldzera, though, not missing a beat again from the short side, has kept it in the advantage of FaZe. There is this late mid-lurk from Bolts that can deal with Cold over at the short side, but he's repositioned. He's pushed through the smoke and is going on the offensive. Bolts will catch him on his journey. Now they know about this short player. They lose Yell back inside of the site, and it's left to Bolts with a pretty rough 1v3, tagged by the scout, brought down low, the walk-in wounded. Minute left on the clock, and that's him out of the round. FaZe 7-11, the money broken again, and this is why we say that first rifle was so important. That was a bonus round for FaZe that they managed to close out, and now this 8th should be looming for them, thanks to this broken money for MIBR.
Now this is a pretty scary round, actually. MIBR really keeping that pace really quick, and they are suggesting to FaZe constantly that they want to work these B apartments. So something to bear in mind how that impacts the rounds to come. But for now, Olafmeister's in a good position by Van. He's got a nice little position from coldzera2 to help him, but he's going to go down straight away. coldzera with it all to do, but he's been solid, well, so far at least. But lots of ground gain, the frags too, and suddenly MIBR in a good spot in this afterplant.
Nice hole, but the plant's in. So is Kiebi creeping through out the doorway. He's got cover from Broky. He's holding his bench as well. So Kiebi has a nice position to catch a swing. Oh dear, he's dead to the Mac though. Broky with a trade. Another man chasing into the market. Broky has swapped sides. This is getting claustrophobic now. Time is ticking. Clock is low. And Broky's trying to smoke a short plant. It's a default plant. They need to run round. But the kill is in. And they should have time. Ooh, little scary if you ask me, but still an 8th round for FaZe. 4 in a row on the CT side, but that was pistols. So bomb plant provides all the money MIBR need, and Yell can get that up if he pleases.
This is pretty interesting though. You know, even though the round was lost by MIBR, of course it was a half buy. They got lots of damage, they got the bomb down. They've kept the economy very limited here for their opponents in FaZe, so they've set themselves up that if they are to have success here now, they will be able to take control of the momentum, take control of the economy. So lots of prospects here for MIBR as they default out. Some pressure around mids for FaZe, just getting some info there, and they don't see that there's too much going on. There's that pressure on B-Apps once again, which may pull players there, but here is the real attack here towards the safe site. Hello, coldzera, he's not on the B side anymore. He's owning everybody here on the entrance of A. And at this point, yeah, I might just have to try to save this orb. They will have a decent loss bonus. They can buy around it if he is to save it. And I don't think that he wants to really offer it up either to FaZe, but maybe he has no choice.
There's just so much time on the clock, even saving it would well be boring, but also you feel like you get surrounded by FaZe, they figure out where you are.
So go ahead, get your votes in now, right?
How many overtimes?
Tweet the BTS Twitter account and let us know how many overtimes does this third map have written on it. Because we've had 3 so far. 2 on Inferno, 1 back on Dust 2. And coming into this second half when it was 11-4, you know, you were thinking, well, FaZe, is this it? Is this the curtain call, right? Is it all said and done? They're giving us a pretty resounding no. They're here for the encore. 11-9, FaZe slowly but surely gaining. MIBR yet to post a T-side round.
They haven't done much towards this A site, at least, you know, in terms of trying to run any set pieces or, you know, playing that lurk game around the apartments for Brown Palace. And as I say that, it seems like maybe they felt exactly the same way. Looking to go really fast, exploding onto this A site, and there's players that were pressuring mid from FaZe, which means that Rain has to defend it by himself. He's done a good job. He held on for long enough. His assistance, though, is gone, but he doesn't need that much of it as he gets a 2K. Now, as the dust settles, Broky's looking for a pick from CT Spawn. There is a really good look here from FaZe overall. Despite how off guard that caught them, they're still in a good spot.
There's still 2 players here at A though, and from the short side, Cold can assist on that A site. And MIBR taking their sweet time, those 60 seconds. The more time that passes, the more they're hoping FaZe doubt themselves and over-rotate. But Cold has got B on lock right now, and Broky is keeping his eyes all over A. Do they want to contact? Oh, they're already out. Missed shot, though, from Broky. It's at least the info. Cold can rotate. It feels pretty clear that this looks like an A play, and now more players filter out of the Palace. Plant in. Shiz up close. Are they going to flash him through? Bolts could. There it is. Popped. And Shiz... Oh, he can't see the player close. He doesn't know that Yell's even deeper as well. Now he's heard 2 guns fire off. There should be the knowledge, and Broky does trade. That's a good kill from him, but he's low in the process. Default plant. And Palace in the post, not the best position, but it's a very hard one for FaZe to clear out. They do have a smoke, that being said, but they don't have the time. They need to get on this bomb now.
Oh, yeah, that's just... the time is the problem, isn't it? And then, you know, factor in that you've got to go into that horrible kind of double layered or double angle of elevation peak for Cold. It's just not going to happen, is it? So finally, we have an answer for MIBR. And able to find something.
It's crazy too because I feel like, you know, they've been doing so much around B and so much around mid in some of these openings, and so it really was the case that in the very early times of the round, there was not much worry for FaZe to you know, that there would be players coming into the A site, leaving Rain alone here, but he played his position really, really well. The rotation from Connector came quickly, and still FaZe were able to kind of hold on to that. So it's looking like a really, really close affair now, as MIBR start to find some things that work for them, and FaZe have had a lot of success. That said, their economy's been racked the whole time, so perhaps that might be what breaks the camel's back here, as they're on a save, and MIBR should be good for 13.
Yeah. Back-to-back rounds and a half after finding none for a while. That would be a nice change of pace. There's almost no one at B. It's only Olaf. They can be lobbed, but not really going to change all too much as FaZe have the site. Don't know what that smoke is. Sorry, MIBR have the site, rather. Either way, plant and hunt. That's the game plan. This MAC-10 can be unleashed. You don't want to do it too early and give FaZe essentially a pick back into a retake. You can see they're not rushing this. They know it's not a one round, that being FaZe, but they are surrounding the site knowing they can definitely get kills as MIBR retreat in the post plant. So for MIBR, not only hunting, but also trying to figure out where is the safest route of escape. For them, it's the least likely one. It's the CT spawn where the scout sits, but Bolt finds a couple in apartments, and that's an AK for Cold. Nanako's cleared out short. Two players there to fight him. Olaf takes him down. And now they figure out market is clear. So MIBR do save 3, and they find a 13.
You see that short smoke that you know, like landed a bit up in the air, kind of like weirdly in the middle of nowhere. I wonder how that would look from, you know, like watching Catwalk into the apartments. I wonder if that could give you a one-way from apps to see feet where they can't see you. I don't know if it's wide enough.
Or even block off the short, you know, where you can boost on short, right? Deep short. Even block that angle off to see into the windows of apps, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right? Sorry,
yeah. Then I wonder if you'd be able to see feet underneath it.
That's a very interesting point. Well, you right-click it by the wallbang as a T, and then they can't see you. I'm going to test that out as soon as this game is done. That's a very good point, Harry. Huh.
Because there's a lot of cool clipping stuff with smokes that people are starting to experiment with. You know, getting very, very innovative with them, and how you can use where the smoke clips through to create like little one-ways or little smokes that wouldn't be possible otherwise. You know, like a great example I always think of would be the Mouse Sports nuke rush smoke, right?
Exactly.
Where they throw it on the other side of hut, extinguishes the Molotov without actually putting a smoke in your way, and it's just a really good way to facilitate a rush. Well, this one would be different, but you know, we're just hypothesizing.
No, in my head, that angle makes so much sense.
Yeah, right, that's what I was thinking.
Let's keep our eyes on MIBR, see if they do it again. Now, they don't have a smoke in this round, so it's not going to happen, but I feel like you right-click it here, where they are right now in this corner, and it could cause problems. Now, another B play. That's a nice shot for Olaf. It's a retake setup, not an easy one on B, but it is when you kill everyone before they get to the site. Olaf looking for 3, and he might just have it. Great shots for Olaf. He keeps it up. Was a beast back on Inferno.
Oh, still not done yet. You're not out of the woods if you're FaZe, as it were. They're coming in on this retake. And they are whittling down the 2 players in the site. Now just Yell with no HP to his name. Oh, but he's so damn quick! Yell, he might have made this doable after all. How on earth has he managed this? He's on for the ace, down to the 1v1. Just Kirby left to find. This should not have been possible. And it's Yell at the very end of things to lock it in. That might be clip of the tournament. Look at him go. Oh, that's despicable. What a way for MIBR to get the round. He should not have been able to get away with it.
Oh man, those situations where you've got an orb, you've got all those angles to play with to dance between. Real magic there. That's what that is from Yell, and he's a guy that goes from strength to strength in these situations. What a crazy scenario. And if you just think about how good FaZe looked going into this, how hard they've been working to climb, to claw their way back into this game, and MIBR just keep finding something to throw in their way. And this last shot as well, it just tells the tale as to what you have to deal with when you're playing against Yell.
An ace, a 1-on-4, a 2-on-5, 14-9. It might all be over. It might all be done. That's FaZe's money bottomed out. That was their round. Think about Olof, man. He finds 3 kills in the market with the orb. He doesn't even die. He doesn't get traded. He doesn't throw his body into the site. He waits for his team and still Yell picks them apart. All of Olof's work in vain. All of this game in vain for FaZe, it feels like, if this goes the way of MIBR here and now. Push up on round 2 players, seconds checked, but Rain drops the bomb. Oh, he can't hold on. Shallow trades, and Shuz falling as well. But there's so many MIBR players filtering into this A site, all 5 running right in. 3-on-2, player close in the smoke, bolts flash through, he jumps over his head, and he finally takes down Olof. Oh, this is the saddest way for a game to end for FaZe, but MIBR, you can say nothing, but it's been well earned. 15-9, surely a lock-in with FaZe's money out.
Oh man, it's just such a mentally defeating scenario. It takes a lot of experience to not be really affected and shaken by a clutch like that from Yell, because that was a huge one. That wasn't like a 1-on-2 or 3. It was just everything. He just annihilated every single member and crippled the money at the same time, just when FaZe felt like they had the groove and they felt some relief. And you go for the Palace push. It gets defended effortlessly by Bolt, still alive, of course, and now FaZe are in, as you say. Like, it's just really the worst way for them to end this game. It doesn't feel like there's anything left here for them. MIBR. Wow, it's just I think wow is the only thing I can think of right now.
Wow. Like, so well earned. These guys are crazy. What a debut here in Europe for this team. Just destroying. And they put up a great fight versus Heroic. Well, this is one step ahead. MIBR 2-1 over FaZe Clan here. A new look Brazilian lineup taking down coldzera and Co to finish off their matchup. That's 0-2 in the group for FaZe. Now keep in mind, not necessarily eliminated yet. We're going to be relying on things like round difference, map difference, and far more as the groups conclude. But for MIBR, they've saved themselves today. They've carried on in this tournament, and they'll get to play the cider match for the group to actually go straight to the playoffs. It's a wild turn of events, and we've had some great Counter-Strike today, but to think that there's more coming up, I don't even know what to think.
I mean, honestly, after... Oh, that yell 1v4, man, I don't know. I've just been tripping ever since that, and yeah, man, that's so deserved. Deserved for Emma. It is deserved, man. And we're gonna go ahead and dissolve on out of here, so we'll be back after the break. Don't go anywhere.